Alright, so they come and said, what can I learn about the wickedness of our forefathers in the Bible?
Ezekiel 20 verse 4. Without judge them, son of man, without judge them, cause them to know the abomination of their fathers.
So it is very important to know the abomination of your fathers. And like I said before, a lot of people recently became Israel aware. And the first thing people gonna want to do is try to do everything that their forefathers did, which is gonna be problematic.
Ezekiel 20:18. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols.
So based off of what we just read, the God of Israel wanted to sit the children down and be like, no, don't be like your fathers. Because your fathers had idols, judgments, and statutes that was outside of me. The crazy thing about it is the fathers probably sincerely thought they were serving the Most High with the stuff they were doing. Because the stuff they were doing, they would throw the Most High name on top of it.
Which is why he said at the end of verse 39, but pollute you my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols.
And I really want to show y'all what this pollution of idols mean. But I know a lot of folks ain't gonna want to hear it. Anybody ever notice how most of the idols had an animal associated with it? Like goats and golden cows? But how can you defile yourself with an animal like that?
Amos 5:25. Have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel?
That's a whole question he just asked. He said, for 40 years have y'all been offering sacrifices in the wilderness? Do y'all know for them 40 years in the wilderness that our forefathers were doing everything but pleasing the Most High? Hold your place in Amos 5. Let's go to Psalm 95.
Psalm 95:10. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways.
He said for 40 years long, our forefathers ain't even know his ways in the wilderness. Hold on, but y'all want to be just like your forefathers, right? Let's go back to Amos chapter 5.
So in verse 25, he asked about them sacrifices they were doing in the wilderness. Then verse 26, he said, but you have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Chihun, your images, the star of your Elohim, which you made to yourselves.
So notice how in verse 26, he specified and said that all your sacrifices was going up to Moloch and Chihun. These same gods, they required sacrifices. They wanted bloodshed. They wanted animal bloodshed and they wanted human bloodshed. But this is what our forefathers were doing. Now watch this. So the Most High did not want your forefathers to defile themselves and the land with bloodshed. And he don't want you to do it as well. He never desired that, but our forefathers thought he did.
Hosea 6:6. For I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of Elohim more than the burnt offerings. But they like men have transgressed the covenant. There have they dealt treacherously against me. Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity, and is polluted with blood.
I'm finna make y'all pay attention to the blood pollution. Now watch this.
Verse 9. And as troops of robbers wait for a man, so the company of priests murder in a way by consent, for they commit lewdness.
So verse 9 said the priesthood, they committed murder in a way by consent. And he called this same act lewdness. The question is, consent from who or what? I don't want to go too deep and scare y'all, but check this out. But I know it's going to be a whole lot of mouth runners in the comment, and it's going to go straight over their head. And somebody probably thinking right now, they saying, what these sacrifices got to do with me? I'm finna show you how these sacrifices got everything to do with you, and how you still participate in these sacrifices, and also how you still participate in bloodshed in general. This gonna answer your question why everybody and their mama think they're a savage, and why you got grown men calling themselves Israelites acting like NBA Youngboy, and how I gotta keep telling them that this ain't the time for all that. When the real ops is some ops you can't shoot or see. We got spiritual ops you need to be worried about first and foremost. The other stuff gonna come later. Things is time sensitive and y'all don't understand that. So they use the Most High name for to justify the shedding of blood.
Ezekiel 20:26. Behold the princes of Israel, everyone were in you to their power to shed blood.
Watch this.
Verse 7. And you have they set light by father and mother. In the midst of you have they dealt by oppression with the stranger.
Don't that sound familiar?
And you have they vexed the fatherless and the widow.
Watch this.
Verse 8. Thou hast despised my holy things, and hast profaned my Shabbats.
And on top of that, they carry the story to shed blood with the spirit of pride.
Verse 9. And you are men that carry tails to shed blood, and in you they eat upon the mountains. In the midst of you they commit lewdness.
So what I'm telling y'all is this thing been going on. This spirit that a lot of our brothers have ain't pop up out of nowhere. And I get it, because I used to be the same thing. And guess what? A lot of our forefathers and scribes, they was writing from their own emotions to justify all of the wickedness of bloodshed that they was doing, even down to the animal.
Isaiah 66. He that kill an ox as if he slew a man. He that sacrificed a lamb as if he cut off a dog neck. He that offer an oblation as if he offer swine blood. He that burn incense as if he bless an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations.
Let me slow that down and run it back.
Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delight in their abominations.
So guess what? All of that extra gangster shit y'all be on, and then all of the congregation Shabbats and high holidays, getting drunk off wine and slamming lamb down your throat. I'm finna get ready to show y'all something that gonna step on a lot of toes. A lot of people ain't gonna want to hear what I'm finna say next, cause it gonna force you to put something down up out of your mouth that you love. And if you're a millie mouth, then come on, bring whatever scripture you gonna bring. Let's get into the sword so I can go and rock your world. And y'all let me know if you're ready for this next part. And if you want to hit me up about anything, my Instagram link is in the bio. To stay in tune, I got a YouTube link in the bio too.